All right, so it says we are live. I'm going to close that. Let's go to YouTube. 574 Sports.
I'll go there too.
Oh, yeah, it says we're live there. Yep,
Sure does.
shows me live there. What does it show me on my Facebook?
Test stream says good.
All right, switch to 574.
Yep. So, yeah, it looks like your it shows live on yours.
Post. Why doesn't it show live for me with the 574 Sports? Well, if anyone's joining in, we're just testing to see if it'll all work for tomorrow.
And if you, right,
you go ahead and talk. I mean, I just want to make sure it.
Sure, it seems to be working at least on our YouTube page. Yeah, so we are just testing everything for our live podcast tomorrow at Digsy Dogs Grill there on Hudson Lake. We'll have 3 coaches join us. Ryan O'Shea of New Prairie will join us at 3. Brian Whitten, an assistant coach at Penn, will join us at 3:30. And we'll have Logansport head coach Troy Hudson join us at 4 o'clock virtually from Logansport as we talk about the upcoming 2026 high school football season. And, of course, during the podcast as well, we will have our schedule drop of what will be broadcast on broadcastsport.net this fall. So hope you can join us tomorrow. We will also have, if you're watching this, you'll be able to some comments. If you want to leave us some comments, if you want to join us at Digsy Dogs tomorrow, come on up, say hello. We'll take your questions or your comments, but we'll be there live starting roughly around 3 o'clock. We'll see how this all works out. This is our first live podcast. Drew's done an amazing job with our pre-recorded ones with the NIC, the INSC, and the NLC. You can go back and check those out here on YouTube or also on our 574 Facebook page, and you can check those out, and we give you previews and some thoughts about the NIC, NLC, and the INSC. And then, of course, starting game week in a couple weeks, we'll be previewing games on Friday night. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We hope that you can join us. Kenny Peterson and Drew and I will be all together at Digsy Dogs Grill. Great food, by the way. If you've ever been there, you get a Chicago-style dog, and bring it on down, as they like to say. Right there by beautiful Hudson Lake, the South Shore train tracks right there as well on 700 East in New Carlisle. That's their mailing address, but obviously they are in Hudson Lake. So hope you can join us tomorrow, Drew. Should be a lot of fun.
We look forward to it'll be my first time at Digsy Dogs, so I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, I've been there one other time, and they've already put out a big sign with the arrow that says coming live Saturday will be broadcastsport.net. So they are excited. They're one of our fine New Prairie sponsors of our New Prairie broadcast. So everybody in that area knows what we'll be bringing you both home and away games of New Prairie this year. And then we'll have our big schedule drop tomorrow, the games that Drew and I will be doing throughout the season. That will include some NIC games, INSC, some other things as well. So we'll do our schedule drop tomorrow. I got to give a special shout out to our social media director, Drew's beautiful wife, Heather. She has put together a beautiful schedule that we will drop tomorrow here on the podcast. So, and she's already got our game 1 graphic done, Drew. Boy, she must be excited for football.
She is definitely excited. She's trying to get ahead of stuff too, trying to make all the graphics so she doesn't have to work the week of in case something falls through.
No, I understand that. So we do appreciate that. And if for any of you that might be out there in the Logansport area, we will be doing the Logansport South Bend Adams game week 2. We're going to have a special halftime guest. We may talk about this a little bit tomorrow. Elmer Britton, who had coached at Lake Central, also coached at South Bend Clay, coached John Gruden when he was in high school at South Bend Clay, believe it or not, the famous coach, and now runs the Future Fired Coaches of America organization, does a lot of stuff on social media. Also coached at Logansport for 4 years and really turned that program around in the 4 years he was there. And then he came back to South Bend Adams, coached a couple of years, and then he retired. He'll be our halftime guest to talk about when he was in Logansport, when he coached at Adams, talk about coaching. So he'll be joining us at halftime of the Logansport Adams game on August 28th at Everwise School Field in South Bend. So that's going to be kind of a special treat during week 2. We'll give you more information tomorrow. Obviously, we will have our schedule drop tomorrow. We couldn't do all this while our fine sponsors as well, Drew, and we are pretty much sold out for the football game of the week, believe it or not. We picked up a couple more today, and we're pretty much sold out on that. So that tells you there's a lot of interest in high school football here in Northern Indiana.
Yeah, and I believe I have all the commercials ready for tomorrow, but like Lightner Door, Digsy Dogs, G-Pool, Logansport class of 1962, May Oberfell, Lorber Attorneys at Law, Carge Chiropractic, Barnaby's, and then the 2 new ones, Coaches and Sons Lawn Care, and then Next Level, all helping out with not only the broadcast but also this podcast. So
yeah, they really like the fact that there's not a lot of that up here. This is kind of new for us, and I know you were on the Hoosier Prep Gridiron earlier this week, I believe, talking about Northern Indiana football. And that's really the cool thing. There's not a lot of special podcasts that are up here that are covering Northern Indiana. A lot of them are Indianapolis and South. So a lot of our advertisers are very grateful that we're putting some work into this. And we want to thank all of our fine sponsors of this, plus our game of the week. And should be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward. I'm always ready for football season, and I was with dinner with my family tonight. We were talking a little bit about it, and we were sitting at our usual Friday night hangout, Drew, as you know, after a football game, and Josh was saying, "Wow, 2 weeks from tonight." Josh is our cameraman, and 2 weeks from tonight is the opener. And I said, "Yeah, you can kind of start feeling it a little bit now. You know, they've got a week of practice in now. Elkhart has media day tomorrow. We'll have some pictures on our website of that on broadcastsport.net. We'll take some pictures at Elkhart Media Day tomorrow at your favorite place. I hope you're not late tomorrow, by the way.
If I'm late, I got stuck by a train.
No, stuck by a train. Drew lives in Bago Township, but he lives on the south side of the track, so there's no way he can get stuck by a train. But we'll have media day tomorrow. These coaches are all fired up, ready to go. Tomorrow's a great day because we find out what week 1's like, how things are going on all sides of the ball. And Frank Karcheski from Adams is going to join us, but he's got some family commitments tomorrow. But he's excited about our coverage, and he's going to give us something at some point here in the next week or so. So we'll be able to hear about that. So I'm ready to go. Let's skip the scrimmages next week and let's kick it off. I think it's going to be a great 26 season.
It'll definitely be an interesting one, that's for sure. I mean, if you want to go back, listen to the podcasts about the 3 conference previews, we have a lot of interesting football up here for sure with the NIC, the NLC, and the INSC.
And also, obviously, we're going to do the Logansport game week 2, and had a lot of feedback from some of the Logansport people about you had to do that all by yourself. I was going to help you with that NLC, but I got stuck in Middlebury. I was doing some PA work for Little League. They had a 8 to 10-year-old baseball tournament there for 6 days, and the Monday game, the second game, got started and then got suspended, and then they were going to return it at 5 o'clock, but then we got some more thunderstorms, so they had to move it back to 8 o'clock at night. So that made it kind of hard. But the feedback I got from the Logansport folks was very positive, very interesting information you gave about the Berries and what they've got coming back, which is a ton, but they've got some areas that they have to, look at. One of them is going to be starting quarterback after having a 3-year starter in Bryson Herr. Now you're going to have to turn to somebody else. Is that the coach's son? Maybe we'll ask Troy that tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see. But I think going to be very interesting up in the NLC. Some very good teams in the NLC, the NIC. It's Penn and everybody else, but there's the team near downtown South Bend that says they've got a shot. The St. Joe Huskies, they've got a shot. And with Ben Downey in his 4th year now, you know how he develops teams. Now, we've seen that over the years, Drew, and we did them when he was the head coach the last time he was there. And, last year they made a run into the semi-state, and then they ran into a very good Dwenger team in the semi-state. But that's going to be an interesting NIC conference. The INSC, who's it going to be this year? Knox, of course, Mr. Football Miles McLaughlin has graduated. He was, I think, as you said, 85 or 90% of their offense last year. What are they going to do to replace him? And, that's going to be interesting. Is Jimtown going to be better this year? Tippy Valley, LaVille, Bremen, all those folks. And Bremen's got some pieces they have to solve. And it's going to be interesting. And I think we'll have some great conversation tomorrow. We'll hear from, again, Brian Whitten, what's going on at Penn. Obviously, if you look at the offensive side with Penn, they've got their 2 wide receivers back. They've got their 2 tight ends back, but they do have to replace their quarterback. But we'll see what the Wild Bunch defense comes up with as well. But it's going to be a very interesting time here in Northern Indiana. And I honestly think, just in my opinion, I think we got a shot at getting somebody down to Lucas Oil Stadium on Thanksgiving weekend. I really do.
Yeah. With the top end teams that we have this year, especially, I think Penn always has a chance, obviously.
Yep.
As much as Penn fans might not like to hear this, Mishawaka brings a lot back. They have a very good chance. Obviously, that Mishawaka St. Joe game in sectionals last year, they might have to face each other again. But Elkhart could have a chance. They have a lot coming back. And it's definitely a loaded year this year up in Northern Indiana.
Yeah, Tavon Curry said they had a good week of practice, and they think that they could surprise some people this year. I think New Prairie probably a year, or we'll get more from Ryan and Kenny tomorrow, but I think New Prairie is a year or 2 away. Year 2 of Ryan O'Shea. We'll see. Obviously, they're going to have to replace Reed Robinson at quarterback. We know what kind of an athlete that young man is, going to Northern Illinois to play baseball. But I think they're a year or 2 away from contending. Adams has got a lot of people back. Could they be sneaky good this year? I don't. Are they going to win the conference? No, I don't think so. But could they be in the top tier? Yes, they possibly could. They possibly could. I don't know. I don't know what Marion's going to have. Obviously, Coach Caldroni has taken over. We'll see what Marion has this year. Obviously for Riley and Washington, they're kind of unknown, even though they have their coaches back. Washington has struggled here recently. Riley was good for a couple of years, and they've kind of taken a dip, kind of had a disappointing season a year ago. We'll see what Coach Lee comes up with. But I really think you're right, Drew. The top tier of the conference in the NIC, the NLC with Warsaw, look what they've got coming back. Concord, they've got they can just ride momentum. That beautiful new field at Jake Field that they had a ribbon cutting for a week ago, that is a beautiful field. They've got that behind them. They're going to play home games this year. This senior class didn't even play a home game as a junior class last year. We'll see how Concord is. Northridge has a new head coach. We know Nate Andrews will have Northwood always ready to prepare. And, of course, Mishawaka, how do you stop the option? How do you stop the option against Mishawaka? That's going to be the problem for all these NLC defenses. Goshen's coming back. It's going to take them a while. I think Wallace C has a new coach. We'll see how they do. So I think the top tier of teams are going to be very, very good in all 3 of those leagues. We'll get more into this probably in depth tomorrow. But I think overall, Northern Indiana football, get out on a Friday night. It's going to be fun to watch no matter what fields you go to. I think it's going to be interesting. The schedules are pretty loaded. And I know we're kind of a stepchild up here, it seems like. All the talk's always about the Indianapolis schools and down in Evansville. And, you've got some of these really good schools that have a lot of great traditions, and that's great. But then there's everybody north of 465, it seems like, is like, nobody cares. Well, they better care this year, because I think we have some very competitive teams that are going to make some noise deep into the latter parts of October and in November, heading towards Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a fun time tomorrow to talk about all this. It'll be an interesting time with this being our first live podcast. I'm still over here while you're talking, playing with everything, trying to figure out how I can post this to the 574 Facebook page. I'm not having any luck right now, but I'll figure it out tonight. It is live on YouTube right now, playing perfectly well. Right now it's playing on my Facebook page, so
we'll get there.
We'll figure it out, but it'll be fun to talk to everybody, talk about all this, talk to our guests. Go and try and get some interviews in the morning for Media Day, but football's back. I watched the Hall of Fame game last night, and oh my gosh, what an appetizer to the football season that was.
Well, all of the all of the talk around Notre Dame football camp. They opened up camp yesterday, Thursday, and of course that had a great practice today, I hear, and all the buzz is starting now with college football, and even when we were having dinner tonight, Josh was already getting his week 0 and week 1 picks. We do have a college pick'em contest that we do at the end of each broadcast of our football games. So that will be coming back starting with week 2. Obviously, high school season's a couple of weeks ahead of the college season when it comes to playing games. So week 2, when we have a game, we will have our week 0 picks. Josh is already picking those out right now, getting ready to send those out. We always have a lot of fun with that, and that gets us usually geared up for our Saturday worth of football. And the good thing for Drew this year is Drew has an opportunity to come tailgate with us and go to some games this year.
I am so excited to finally have weekends off. You don't understand.
And he'll probably, and I'm sure you're going to plan to come to the company tailgate, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's great. But tomorrow we'll be at Digsy Dogs and Grill. It's on Hudson Lake, County Road 700 in New Carlisle on Hudson Lake. It's a beautiful facility. You can see Hudson Lake in the background. It's usually packed. We hope it's packed tomorrow. Come on over, say hi to us. We're going to be set up, I think, where they sell the ice cream. I'm not really sure. They're going to set it up for us, so we have access to electricity and all that good stuff. But we'll be there tomorrow from at least 3 to 4:30, maybe 3 to 5, depending on how things go. Come on out, check out some of their great food, and let's talk some football tomorrow. I think it'll be a great day for all of us. And again, special thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to our coaches that are going to come. We'll have Ryan O'Shea from New Prairie, Brian Whitten from Penn, and Troy Hudson from Logansport will join us tomorrow. So it should be a great day talking football tomorrow, and I am looking forward to it. Let's skip the scrimmages. Let's just play ball.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready. But yeah, come out if you want, if you can. Watch us on YouTube. Hopefully I'll figure out this Facebook thing, but it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It'll be a lot of football talk. And kind of like you said, I'm just ready for football.
And we'll have our schedule drop tomorrow too. So be prepared for that. Probably towards the end of the show tomorrow, we will drop our schedule and kind of run it down, let you know where you and I will be every Friday night, except for a couple of Friday nights. I know you've got some family stuff, which is understandable. That's not a problem. Just kind of strolling through our sponsors right now. So
making
you'll
sure
see those,
they all work.
Yep, they all seem to be working great. So thanks to our fine sponsors who are not just sponsoring our Friday night broadcast, but also this podcast. And we're looking forward to a great day tomorrow. Of course, we will have weekly podcasts. Are we still going to do those for release on Wednesdays during game weeks?
That is the tentative plan still, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Record them Monday or Tuesday. Okay. Or release them Wednesday, kind of like it has been last month.
Okay. Yeah, Drew, we've kind of given Drew this project to take over, and he started this a couple of years or 3 years ago, something like that. And then obviously life gets in the way of things and hard to do, but now he's found the time to do this. So we're letting him set all this up, let him program the whole thing, and he will, we're kind of letting him run with this. This is what he wants to do. And obviously Kenny and I are very supportive of this, and we'll do what we can to help. And we are glad that you are watching, and we're glad our sponsors are helping us out on the financial end of things as well, because this does cost money as well. So thank you to all of you who have watched the little test tonight. Also, we'll, again, tomorrow, 3:00 at Digsy Dogs and Grill in beautiful Hudson Lake, Indiana. We'll have a great afternoon talking high school football, and maybe we'll sneak in some Notre Dame talk if we have time tomorrow. We'll see.
I'm sure we'll find time.
I'm sure we will.
But hope everyone has a good night, and hope to see you all there tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 2
right
p.m.
here.
Central.
Yes. 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. Facebook, YouTube, Digsy Dogs Grill. Have a great day, everybody.